everybody, and welcome to another episode of Friends of the Forest. My name is Dale Mangold, and I am your host, and thanks for tuning in. This week, we come to you, as always, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and deep inside the Forest and Treebeard studio. Today's guest, we travel across country to the West Coast to talk and chat with Wes Hambright, a.k.a. Orange Dogg, from Orange Dogg Music. We'll sit and talk to him in a little bit, find out what's going on in his neck of the woods. He is a composer, songwriter, does a lot of stuff for film compositions and things like that. So pretty cool episode coming up, and like I said, looking forward to chatting with Wes. But before we do, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. For those that haven't subscribed, and believe it or not, most of the people that watch this channel aren't subscribers. So just take a second, hit that subscribe button, like the video, thumbs up, all that stuff. Leave some comments so we can improve the channel and bring even more guests on. But for those who have subscribed, thank you. We just broke 1,000 subscribers the other week. I really appreciate that, all your love and support. And if you want to be on the show, if you want to be a guest on an upcoming Friends of the Forest episode, send us an email at forrestoffanghornpgh@gmail.com, and we'll email you everything you need to know about being on the episode. It's pretty easy. We do everything virtually, and but if you happen to be in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, we can invite you right here and do your episode live here in Treebeard Studio, just like last week with TK Munduck from Dream the Heavy and a few other guests that we've had in the past. And upcoming on July 27th, Miss Freddye. If you like the blues, you love blues music, you do not want to miss our interview and conversation with Miss Freddye, who is a phenomenal blues singer. And we talk about her career and some upcoming awards that she's nominated for and everything like that. So mark your calendars for that. Friends of the Forest, new episodes air every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So enough of all that stuff. Let's get ready and dive into this week's episode. Welcome back. Wes Hambright is our guest, and just like a number of guests in the past, Wes, he and I met through New Artist Spotlight. If you want to know what New Artist Spotlight is, it's a worldwide group of independent artists, independent musicians who just help and support each other, networking, collaborations, everything like that. I put the website and the link to New Artist Spotlight in the description below, but it's open to anyone. It's absolutely free, okay? And anyone, any type of genre, from singer-songwriters to composers to rock and roll to country to hip-hop to funk, jazz, you name it, New Artist Spotlight. It's a great way to get your music out there and network with other people that are kind of in the same boat, up and coming artists, and Wes is one of those. So before we bring Wes on, he has a few projects out. His most I was just gonna say his most recent album. The one before this is called Fried Ice Cream, and his new album, Post No Bills from the Doghouse. And he'll be able to chat with us and let you know a little bit more about that. So without further ado, let's bring on Wes. Wes, how are you? And welcome to the show.
Hey, Dale. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm Wes Hambright, a.k.a. Orange Dogg.
You are a composer for the most part. You do things for films, and you compose pieces. You do a lot of instrumental work, a lot of work on the Moog synthesizer. doing my research, I see you have a lot of Moog synthesizers. The keyboard player Matt Penko that I play with the Argonauts has a Moog synthesizer, and it's really cool. Old school vintage Moog, but that's what I like about a lot of your music. You have a lot of that going on, a lot of the old school synths and stuff, and that's really cool.
I'm a composer and songwriter, and sometimes an instrumental synthesist, and I do film work, license some of my music for film and TV. Currently, I'm releasing my follow-up to my live synthesizer album, Fried Ice Cream, and the new album is called Post No Bills. I think it's 7 tracks. It's flanked by the single that's out right now called Cults and Gurus. You can get a taste of the kind of things you hear on there. Basically, it's a Moog semi-modular synthesizer setup that I've been building and experimenting with and lightly composing a little parts out, and then expanding on that in a live situation, improv. And you can see some of those live performances on my YouTube channel.
How about telling us about Exile on the North Ridge? What's up with that?
When it comes to songs, I'll play a song for you today. It's called Exile on the North Ridge. And it's an introspective trip through the human psyche. And it's kind of about how we all have thoughts in our heads, and we're kind of alone in those thoughts because only we can hear them. But another thing that is interesting about it is that it brings us together. Thoughts that if we haven't shared with each other, we have them in our heads, and we don't know what the other person's voices are saying. But either way, ultimately, it brings us together. And these friends in our head or enemies in our heads can bring us together.
Writing at times is viewed as a conversation. I definitely agree with that. Last week's episode, TK Mundock from Dream the Heavy, he and I were chatting about that, and TK talked about, in the artist world, conversations are made, and when writing music, the conversation between the different musicians and the instrumentalist and the conversations that you play with your instrument to the lyricist, definitely I understand where you're coming from there when you mean conversation, when the song talks to you and all the things in someone's head.
So it's just a kind of a song, delving into that. And there's nothing we can really do about it in the end except for dance with the ghosts. And that's kind of that's the hook.
And it does bring people together in a unique way, for sure. I also like, I was strolling through your Bandcamp page, and on the Post No Bills album, a lot of cool songs on there, but a couple that just jumped out at me. Life's a Gamble. On the Forrest Of FangHorn album, I wrote a song. I have a song called Life's a Game, and so that just jumped out at me. Very cool. And also, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Santa Ynez to Cachuma. I hope that I didn't butcher the pronouncing, but that really has a Pink Floyd-esque type of vibe going on there. So definitely check those out. We'll have the Bandcamp link in the description below. Fried Ice Cream. That album is also cool. There's one you do a J.S. Bach version of the C major Prelude, and another one that I really enjoy from that album is Fluttering in a Nest. Very cool. So definitely go check out those and much more on his Bandcamp page and Spotify and everything like that. where do you record? You have a home studio, or do you go elsewhere? And then what type of equipment do you record with?
I record at my studio, the Dogg House, and I mix and master here and other places around town, depending on the project, depending on the budget. What else? What should I say? I use Fender amps, Vox amps, Fender guitars, Moog synthesizers, Fender bass. I record in different DAWs to write in different styles, I think, different ways. Use tools in a different way. So I record sometimes in Ableton. I've been using Ableton since version 1. I record in Logic a lot. And I do mixing and mastering in Pro Tools. If I'm doing all that myself, I'll do all that in Pro Tools. Sometimes I'll record in Pro Tools, but I find it, for me, I like recording in Logic and Ableton a little more smooth. But when the writing process is happening, that's when I want it just to flow. And I'm not as good with Pro Tools, is probably the reason. So I rely on those tools where I can just, I don't have to think about it. I just go. And that would be Logic and Ableton. I sometimes make some beats in Reason. I've been using that for a long time as well. And that's about it for my setup.
All right. YouTube channel. I'm glad you mentioned that. Check out some, if not all, of the videos on Wes's YouTube channel at Orange Dogg Music, and I'll put the link below there as well. How about social medias? Where can people find your music and videos?
My socials, I'm on the web all over the place. Orange Dogg or O Dogg Music on Instagram and Threads. Orange Dogg Music on YouTube, my YouTube channel with a lot of performances on there, and X, it's Orange Dogg Music. The music that I've been releasing is streaming on all the platforms, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, Pandora. Bandcamp, I'm trying to get into the Bandcamp thing. I really like the community there. So catch up with me over there. Orange Dogg Music, Wes Hambright. You can look me up over there. Love to connect with more people over there.
Well, Wes, thank you so much for being our guest here on Friends of the Forest. Even though we can't meet in person, meeting virtually is the next best thing. So I appreciate you for spending some time with us. Thank you, my friend.
Dale, I appreciate you having me here today, and nice speaking with you. And peace.
All right, Friends of the Forest. We have some upcoming guests next week on July 20th. Kelly Fleming is our guest. And then, as mentioned before, on the 27th of July, Miss Freddye. If you love the blues, this is going to be a great in-person video with Miss Freddye. And August 3rd, we have Velvet Blitz. And that's rounds out some of the summertime videos. Then I might take a week or two off doing some traveling and things like that. I just got back from Brooklyn, New York. If you recall, a couple weeks ago, we were live in Brooklyn talking to Creature from Rebelmatic. And I went back to Brooklyn to visit some friends and family, and just had a good time. Brought the old Brooklyn ball cap back with me. But we're going to be doing some album reviews and things like that. So also check out Forrest Of FangHorn. My latest project, Ents Marching is the name of the album. If you like an eclectic mix of funk, rock, jazz, R&B, hip-hop music, check out that. Some music videos, The River Styx and Got It, featuring Lil Lenny videos are out there as well. And so we've got, like I said, Friends of the Forest. Every Saturday is a new episode, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and give us some comments. Please leave comments, things that you want to see, guests that you want to see, albums that you want us to review, different things like that. and we'll do our best to get those type of episodes on here as well. But until then, my name is Dale Mangold. This is Friends of the Forest. Thank you very much for tuning in. Peace and love, everybody.